back once again with more of the gameplay you guys actually want to see. Rakan, baby! Except we got drafted with an ADC Aphelios on our side. Ew, yucky, yucky, poopy, stinky. So that's pretty rough. Apparently my Maokai's pissing his pants because my Twist of Fate started call. Maybe he knows something that we don't. You never can quite tell with these strange builds popping up out of nowhere. Well, as per usual, we're going to sit our cute little butt right here to prevent their mid laner or any other person from walking right into our jungle and placing down a ward right about here, which would allow them to much more easily see the pathing of my jungler and play around that much easier. So, of course, we sit right here. Really should be sitting more like this. You can just barely see the entrance without, without being too close. For something like a Pyke hook, for example. Obviously, this time we are laning versus Draven and Pyke. This is not looking that good of a lane. This is a pretty bad synergy lane, mostly for the reasoning being Rakan does not like playing around these immobile hypercarries. Wow, I have 39 ping for some reason. That's awesome. Rakan does not like playing around these immobile hypercarries because then instead of being able to use my mobility to outmobilize something like a Pyke hook, instead I have to eat the hook for my ADC, lose a good chunk of my HP, and then I can run away afterwards. But that is generally just very bad for me. So Rakan does not like laning with these immobile hypercarries because you don't really get to utilize your mobility to kind of outmobilize these targets and their spells. And otherwise, obviously, if we try to engage on Pyke, he'll E away and we'll self-stun ourselves. And if we ever try to fight Draven for any reason, we also just die because it's Draven moment. So, this lane, we're looking to outscale the Pyke, which we can do. We're also, I might just have to eat the hook here. Oh, we didn't charge it. Nice. We're looking to not interact and outscale, because both of our champions outscale both of their champions. So, kumbaya out of that. It seems my jungler is going to be the carry this match, so... A roughy-toughy lane. Whoa! That time I did not take the hook because I figured that he was a little bit too far to get hit in the first place, so, yeah, no biggie. We're looking to not interact. In this case, I might even just start my E in case a hook arrives. Yep, let's just E away. Could also start W and W away, but in this case, I might get to block a bit of damage, perhaps. I'm not really going to get engaged before the E's back up again, and I have level 2 here, so I get the W regardless. Either way, more or less the same. Make sure we're saving that last relic shield stack for the siege man. So F for that one melee minion will be forgotten, will be missed, but I want that big money, and you should too. So save those stacks for that relic shield, save those relic shield stacks for those siege mans. Whoa, let's cut it out, friends, and also grab that siege while we're at it. Oh my gosh, no, my stack was gone. My W killed a caster minion. Oh, my W is grieving. Obviously, I gotta get the knock-up down though, so we can help peel the Draven off of our ADC. So. It's a necessary evil, but a sad one nonetheless, hey. Yep, so in Pyke lane, right, as we kind of already ran over very briefly, all we're looking to do in a Pyke lane, if we're playing with an immobile hypercarry, which is pretty much the meta right now, is we are looking to eat hooks, and then we are looking to use our E and dash away after eating the hook for our mobile ADC. And otherwise, I'll try to eat that for him here, and then I'll just W away. Beautiful, just like that. That's what we're looking to do. And otherwise, if we are not... Say we're playing with an Ezreal instead, who can kind of buffer his Arcane Shift and just get out of these sticky situations that Pyke could probably get him in. Then we just use our mobility, and then we outmobilize Pyke, so can we outscale him. But generally, because Pyke is very strong early game, we're looking to not interact. And as per usual, that does not feel the best. So I will remind you, and anyone else who may have those yucky, gooey feelings, a little too gooey, that a lot of the time with Rakan, because you're a champion that scales, so long as you know what you're doing mechanically, of course, you do outscale most supports, assuming you know what you're doing, right? So honestly, don't feel too bad about not engaging and not doing stuff in the early part of the game. Oftentimes you're quite weak in the early parts of the game, and they are probably stronger than you in the early parts of the game. So in reality, you are actually making a smart move by not engaging all the time. Walking up here just to make sure Pyke doesn't hold this wave here. Oh, speaking of Pyke, he does not kill me, though. Hey, you forgot to hold the wave, my friend. The whole point of staying is holding that. You kind of got a little too caught up in wanting to get me. Oh, he still gets the siege. Dirty dog. That's okay. I'm going to place down a ward in this bush right here because he will not know that it's warded. Which is nice, because then he won't know to sweep it. There we go. Grab boots and a fairy charm because we got 550 gold, which is a nice easy benchmark to recall with because that's 300 plus 250 for a nice clean recall for these two items that we like very much. Even in the event where we end up opting in for Radiant Virtue, say the game pivots in a direction where we feel like, yeah, we actually want to be a bit tankier. That's a-okay. We can sell this fairy charm and have no problems at all. Pyke may be mid lane, perhaps, so we'll warn my teammate. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good about this game, but us just scaling. Obviously need to be very, very wary of Draven eventually getting 1 kill for 1,000 gold. And I gotta be always careful about those Draven stuff. Oh, he preemptively swept it anyways. That's nutty. As tempting as that is to go in on, what if I don't? Because then likely, very, very likely, we are going to be jumping right into Draven. He might use his E to cancel my W, and then we are taking a full-on fight. Ah, they're so much stronger than us, so why would we do such a thing? Oh, I shouldn't die. I'll be okay. But that is their jungler, so we gotta... Vamonos! Everybody, let's go! Oh, actually, they're not diving us. Okay, I'm gonna walk back in then. The siege! No! What? Yeah, I don't know about this one, broski. No, do not ping me for that! That was a stupid TP and that was a stupid ult. Don't even get started with me on that one. Alright, get out of here, Pyke. Nope, no holding the wave. See, now if you wanted help, now would be a good time, because I could have knocked him up and then you could have W'd. You want us to hold the W here? Does miss. Does get these, I think. Oh, for real. Let's kill these melees, and hopefully we can make this kind of crash on the turret. There we go. A bit better. You can use Alt and left click to kind of see how much gold we need to be able to get our Lucidity boots here. 80 gold off, because it takes into account futures market automatically, right? Which that's good to know in case you don't know that. So you can kind of, you know, Alt, left click, ping, and see how much gold you need. He may hook this bush, so I'm going to try to stand up right off to the side here, so in case it might miss me. Because they may think it's just a Philios, because they may think I recalled, because it was kind of greedy to stay there. Except the Pyke's just doing nothing. I don't want to queue the bush. Because frankly, I don't want them to know. Oh, there he is. Oh, he actually ran. Wow, you don't see that too often from Pyke. Alright, well, no biggie. But yeah, once again, because we outscale them, like, Philios outscales Draven, Rakan outscales Pyke, there's really no reason for us to fight ever at all for any reason, especially since they are so strong in the early game. So really, we are just looking to do nothing here. Like I said, once again, feels bad, but you need to acknowledge that it is the correct move. Figured he would outrange that again, so I figured I don't need to eat the hook in that case. Yeah, pretty much that. Good rule of thumb, in case I haven't already said in one of these videos. Good to auto-attack the caster minions a single time when they are at full HP. If your ADC does not have tons of items, that helps them comfortably last at them underneath turret. Also got to ping that Pyke's going to be mid lane, because he's going to be mid lane. Is this really loud or what? Yeah, I just realized it was very loud. Oh, and they're both mid lane. Just don't die, give Draven a kill. Oh, it goes on the Nico. That's fantastic. That means Draven did not just get 1,000 gold from 1 kill. So that is Kumbaya fantastic to me. And in this case, I got a 5-0-1 jungler, so frankly, I might go for a little run and come back and still win the game. Am I right, or am I right? I'm going to switch over to a sweeper here, because I feel like now that we have tier 2 boots, I think I want to start roaming around and be making more plays here with our jungler. I feel like as much as it's nice to sit in bot lane and make sure Philios gets to kind of AFK scale, because then they can't kill him if we're around, so we can just eat hooks, I feel like we can be contributing more, so now that we got these tier 2 boots, I'm kind of hoping I can make plays with the Belbeth and just dive people over and over and over again. Because at this point, I rolled the jungle lottery, so I just get to win. So I'd like to help us win harder. Don't reset, please. Yeah, I'd like to help us win harder. Uh-oh. No, I'm feeling a little queasy. I'll go back down. Oh, you're already dead, aren't you? Oh, dude, I leave one time, you immediately get hooked and die. Oh, come on, man. I'm sorry, but come on. The first second I stop babysitting you, you die. Oh. I see you, Kha'Zix. Let's get rid of this blast gun, since he can't use this. Are we done farming, Twisted Fate? Are we done with this farming stuff? That guy should be dead. Beautiful. Pyke does have ult, so I need to be careful. If he QRs me, I could die here, but I do have W. Alright, nice. As they say, cool beans, so quite nice. I'm hoping to kind of kill 3 minions here, 2 melees and a siege minion, so I can get my quest complete. Oh, that's a Draven ult. Let's be a little juicy careful. Can we even kill this guy? I don't even feel like we can. Are we trying? What are we doing? What are we doing here, Twisted Fate? Oh, he's so dead. No shot. This Draven's not smart. I'm with you. Mush, you bastard. Boing. Nice. I was trying to space out my W usage so then as Twisted Fate's stun ends, our knockout would begin. Unfortunately, Belweth had the same idea. And so what ended up happening is we both started up our CC as Twisted Fate's ends, and we overlapped it a little bit. Thankfully, the CC was a bit redundant. We didn't really need that much, so it's no harm, no foul. You know, place down this ward here right before I recall to get about 7.5 extra seconds off in the ward, and also just a free ward in general, because it's not likely to be swept in this case. And also, oh boy, no, it's because I'm going to get a refresh of my wards on the recall. So almost always you want to go for the Kindle Gem first. Because I recalled earlier and got only a Fairy Charm, and I recalled this time with 700 gold, because this would be 700 gold then to finish the Banner Glass, and it would be 800 gold to get the Kindle Gem. It's actually in this very specific instance where I have 700 gold but not 800 gold, I'm going to finish Banner Glass Mirror first, because that gives me ability haste, whereas getting a Ruby Crystal here wouldn't. Because obviously I wouldn't get the Kindle Gem in this case, because I'm not going to go in debt for that. I felt that was worth it. Like, I can take an auto attack and then just, like, Q and heal up my ADC. It's not a big deal. Wow, he just crit for a lot of damage. Ooh. Hit the legendary technique of using any movement speed boost and walking right out of my W when used at max range. Yeesh, that hurts. I should probably stop with the babysitting and just go and play around my baloney Veth. Yeah, let's just walk away so we don't die. I think this game is actually a very, very good example of... I mean, I did already talk about this. I'll eat that for you. Or you'll flash away for some reason. I guess that works too. This game is a very, very good example of what I talk about when I say why I don't like playing Rakan with immobile hyper carries. Or just hyper carries kind of in general. Uh-oh. Don't ult me. I'll stopwatch. Don't tempt me. Oh... Okay, so my brain was playing 4D chess there, but unfortunately, there's only 3 dimensions, my friends. And so what happened there is I was thinking, oh my goodness, he's gonna ult me, so I want to use my stopwatch to counter that. But I was like, oh my gosh, some crazy ass part of my brain thought, oh my gosh, I'll stopwatch, he'll teleport on top of me, then I'll charm him because he's on top of me, and then I'll charm him underneath turret, because he doesn't have his E, so then he'll be charmed underneath turret, and they'll take 2 turret shots at least, and then he'll die, and I live because I stopwatched it. Unfortunately, not 4 dimensions, he's not going to TP if I press stopwatch. My brain's working at 110%, and 100% is only possible, so that's what we get for overthinking, my friends. What was I saying before? Right, this is a very good example of why I don't like playing Rakan with the mobile hyper carries. Because in this case, right, I would love to be running around the map with this Belveth and wreaking havoc. Because this guy's so significantly better than their jungler at this point, right? That all we need to do to win this game... Watch out for the hook here. Oh, it's not going to come, apparently. All we need to do to win this game is play around our win con. Which, in this case, okay, that's Zap Malkinson, is very clearly the Belveth. But if I ever leave out Philios alone, then he just gets farmed on repeat. I don't need to use Mount for this. This would be excessive. Wait for her flash. So we don't need to use W there, because the only way she would ever escape that is if she runs towards her turret, and then she flashes my W. So if she's going to die if she doesn't flash, and the only way she can use her flash effectively there is to flash my W, then all we have to do is just not use W, and then she just dies. And then if she uses flash, let me W after her. Because yeah, if she needs flash to live, just hold the W until she has to use it, then kill her. Don't give her an opportunity to dodge your CC and use the necessary flash at the same time. In that case, she just didn't flash at all, so right on. We still got the kill. Anyways, I keep getting sidetracked. This is another really good example of why I don't like playing Rakan with hyper carries. In particular, mobile hyper carries, which almost all of them are, because they need to make up for their carry potential in some way for weakness, and usually that's a lack of mobility. And so, this is why I don't like playing with these guys. I drafted Rakan first, for reference. You guys don't know the draft, but I did pick Rakan first, and then he drafted Philios with me. After... Actually, I don't think we had seen their bot lane at that point, but... He did draft Philios with Rakan, which is bad. it's definitely a very rather weak combo to play, because you're both really weak in laning phase, and Rakan can't really do a whole lot to keep you alive or enable you in the mid to late game, because Rakan is a diver, not a peeler, which that concept gets lost on a lot of people. If you're brand new to the champion, you can play him consistently as a peeler, because you're not really going to have the mechanics or practice to be able to play him consistently, super effectively, proactively, and engaging all the time, but definitely if you have any bit of experience, it's 100% better to play him around diving rather than peeling. But, oh, I was too close. I took some of the local gold. I feel a little bit bad about that. But that does mean I can reset right now and match up with Velbeth and get my Shirelia's battle song here. So we place down this ward here. So actually a good thing I ended up taking that 100 gold, because I was able to transition that into getting an item. And I should mention that in general. I do recommend that you don't take turret plates, and you don't take any of the Rift Herald local gold, things like that, and funnel that into your carries. However, if you are like 100 gold off on an item, then doing that can be very, very helpful, actually. Because you can get your item where you otherwise couldn't. Walked in the cannon queue. Whoops, it is you. Okay, enough getting sidetracked. I'm going to finish my point. I hate playing with mobile hyper carries, because instead of being able to exercise our strength, our mobility over our opponents, and being able to outmobilize them and then engage on people and roam around the map and make plays with our fed jungler and yada yada yada, instead we're stuck on babysitting duty. No, 3 second CCY. Eat that, Kennen. Don't kill me, though. That'd be bad luck. Fuck, I flashed defensively. I'm such a loser! Ah! Never do that if you can help it. Never ever flash defensively on this champion. That was a panic for no reason, because I'm distracted talking about the same point that has gotten interrupted like 5 times at this point. So I ended up just autopiloting, and the autopilot said, "Oh my gosh, oh, be afraid, be scared." Oh, I didn't get an assist. Okay. To finish my point, because I keep getting interrupted because this game is so wacky, zany. Yeah. Actually, no, I pretty much finished the point, didn't I? More or less. We just can't roam and play around this guy, because then our affiliates will get farmed on repeat. And we are now much more responsible to our ADC than we usually have been. Whoa, that's... okay, everyone sucks here. I was trying to W him to cancel his Q, and then knock him up so maybe we can kill the guy afterwards. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna Q and ignite the guy and try to kill him," and yeah, no one wins. Well, I win, because my teammate, my jungle's better, but... He's gonna leap away. Bonk. Anyway, so yeah. Unfortunately, I've talked about the same point for the last 5 minutes, but yeah, very, very true. This is a very good, you know, visual as to why I rank these hyper carries so low. Oh, I got that. How fancy. Because they just, instead of it allowing Rakan to be enabled and to make lots of plays, instead you're stuck on babysitting duty the entire game to prevent your mobile ADC from dying, and that is not fun. That's not effective for your champion, and frankly, it's just what enchanters do, but way, way worse, because we don't actually offer that much in terms of defense. So, hopefully that was insightful to somebody. Back off, bozo. I'm not looking to die and lose my perfect game today. So unhinged. Ping those wards, get that money. There we go, beautiful. Well, the game is over, so itemization doesn't really matter, but we're going to go for that very standard, juicy, delicious Imperial Mandate. Very, very nice. Yeah, unfortunate draft. Definitely really a rough early game, but we played it really smart this game. We didn't interact with them. We were trying to eat some hooks for our ADC, just trying to scale and outlast that really bad laning phase. Unfortunately, couldn't get the roam off, because otherwise he was going to die. And we saw that the one time I did try to go for a roam and play around that 5-0 Bel'Veth at the time. He ended up dying immediately. So definitely, hopefully that was insightful for somebody out there. And that's basically the gist. Ward because the game's over. Wow, another banger game! Wow, like and subscribe! Thanks for watching, broskies. Take care.